The gym smelled like sweat, leather, and ambition. Punching bags rattled under heavy strikes. Ropes whipped against the floor as fighters trained their footwork. The air buzzed with grunts, the slap of mitts, and the rhythmic hum of jump ropes cutting through the air. In the middle of it all, Sam Sully Sullivan moved through a shadowboxing routine. He wasn't fast, not in the way the younger guys were. His movements were measured, precise, controlled. His hands didn't blur like a kid trying to prove something. They flowed. Danny Dynamite Rodriguez noticed him and grinned. "Yo, check out Grandpa over there," Danny muttered to a couple of fighters near him, nodding towards Sully. Dude's moving in slow motion. One of them, a young prospect, chuckled nervously. "I don't know, man. He's been around forever. You sure you wanna—" Danny cut him off with a smirk. "Man, if I moved that slow in the ring, I'd be waking up in the hospital." Laughter rippled through the gym. Sully kept moving, unbothered, focused. Danny shook his head, louder now. "Hey, old man, you ever even been in a real fight? Or you just here for nostalgia?" Sully finally stopped, turned. His sharp, calculating eyes locked onto Danny. "You got a problem with the way I move, kid?" Danny laughed, stepping forward, playing to the growing audience. "Nah, man, no problem. Just saying, you're wasting your time. You're too slow for this game." The gym fell quiet. Some guys went back to their workouts. Others, they stayed. They had seen this exact moment before. Coach Reggie, the gym owner, sighed under his breath. "Kid, don't do this." Danny ignored him. "Come on, Pops. You put the gloves on yet? Or is this just warm-up for your afternoon nap?" Sully exhaled, wiped his forehead with the back of his glove. "Is that so?" Danny grinned wider. "Hell yeah, I'd light you up in the ring." Sully cracked his knuckles, slowly, calmly, like a man who'd heard this before. "All right then," he said, rolling his shoulders. "Let's find out." The gym murmured. Fighters turned from their bags. Some grabbed their phones. Coach Reggie leaned against the ropes. He wasn't stopping this. He'd seen how it would end. Danny bounced on his feet, full of cocky confidence. "All right, old man. Don't take it too hard when you can't keep up." Sully tightened his gloves. "Kid, I don't need to keep up." Danny raised an eyebrow. "Oh yeah." Sully stepped into the ring. "I just need one shot." The gym erupted with, "Oh!" Danny laughed, shaking his head. "Man, this is gonna be easy." It wouldn't be. Not for him. The gym buzzed with anticipation. Guys who had been hitting the bags paused. Trainers leaned in. A few young fighters grabbed their phones, smirking. Danny climbed into the ring, still grinning like this was a joke. "All right, Pops, we'll go light. Don't want to send you to the hospital." Sully didn't react, didn't smile, didn't blink. He just watched. Coach Reggie shook his head. "Clock's ticking, kid. You sure you want to do this?" Danny laughed, rolling his shoulders. "Man, you're acting like I'm about to fight Mike Tyson. It's just a friendly little lesson." He turned to Sully. "Ready, Grandpa?" Sully adjusted his gloves. "Always." Danny bounced on his feet, fast, flashy, playing for the crowd. His hands snapped out in quick jabs, the way all young boxers love to show off. But Sully, he didn't move, didn't flinch, didn't react. He just watched, studied, calculated. Danny threw the first punch, a light jab, testing the waters. Sully tilted his head an inch. The punch missed. Danny frowned, threw another. Sully leaned back, just barely. The glove skimmed air. Danny's smile twitched. The gym got quieter. He threw a quick jab cross, stepping in faster. Sully weaved, ducked, slipped, never moving more than a few inches. Not blocking, not countering, just making Danny miss. Danny gritted his teeth. He wasn't used to missing. He stepped in harder, threw a right hook. And that was mistake number one. Sully stepped inside the punch. Danny felt a blur of movement. Then, BAM. Sully's right hook buried into Danny's ribs. A clean, sharp, devastating liver shot. Danny's breath hitched. His knees buckled. The gym let out a collective, "Oh!" Danny staggered back, gasping. His eyes went wide. His body wasn't responding. The pain spread like fire. He tried to cover up, but his arms wouldn't lift. Sully still stood exactly where he started. Calm, cold, unmoved. He tilted his head. "What's wrong? Thought I was slow?" The gym erupted with laughter. Danny sucked in air, trying to mask the damage. "Lucky shot," he muttered, blinking through the pain. Sully raised an eyebrow. "That's so?" Danny forced himself upright. His pride wouldn't let him stop now. He came forward again, this time reckless. Mistake number 2. Sully saw it, knew it, and he was about to end it. Danny ignored the pain searing through his ribs. He couldn't stop now, not in front of everyone, not after all that trash talk. He pushed forward, fists tight, anger rising. "All right, old man, let's see if you can handle this." He lunged, faster, harder, desperate to land something. Sully just exhaled. Another mistake. Danny threw a sharp jab cross, then swung big with a left hook. Sully didn't move much, didn't need to. He tilted his chin just out of range, let the hook sail past his nose. Danny's body twisted off balance, just for a second. That was all Sully needed. One step, one perfectly timed counter. Boom! Sully's right hand cracked against Danny's jaw. Clean, surgical, precise. Danny's head snapped sideways. His vision blurred. His legs gave out. He hit the canvas hard. The gym exploded. "Oh, shh! Did you see that?" Even the guys filming forgot to hold steady. Danny lay on the mat, blinking, trying to make sense of what just happened. His mind was still in the fight, but his body was done. He tried to sit up, but his arms wouldn't push. His head swam, his jaw ached, his pride burned. Sully didn't move, didn't smirk, didn't taunt, just waited. Danny sucked in a shaky breath. He knew. It was over. He had never stood a chance. The gym watched in stunned silence as Danny finally pushed himself onto one knee. He blinked up at Sully. The old man wasn't even sweating. Danny swallowed hard, his pride screaming at him to stay quiet. But his respect won out. What the hell was that?" he muttered, rubbing his jaw. Sully rolled his shoulders. "Control, timing, experience." Danny exhaled sharply. He felt the truth of it in his ribs, in his jaw, in his ego. He nodded slowly. Then, before he could second-guess himself, he held out a hand. "Teach me." Sully studied him for a long moment. Then, finally, he shook Danny's hand. "First lesson, stop underestimating people." Danny grinned weakly, rubbing his ribs. "Yeah, I think I already learned that one." The gym laughed, the tension finally breaking. The next day, a new video hit social media. Not one of Danny getting knocked down, not one of him losing, but one of him training. With Sully, the caption, "Speed fades, skill lasts forever." The comments are different this time. Respect. The kid actually learned something. Sully should have his own gym. Dude is a legend. This is how real fighters are made. And just like that, the story wasn't about a cocky boxer getting humbled anymore. It was about a young fighter finally learning what it means to be great. And Sully, he just kept training, like nothing ever happened.